Hi guys and welcome to today's video. Today's video, as the title may have already told you, is a foundation demo, trial, review and wear test. This is something I get really excited about personally because I love foundations. I love bringing to you products that are from really good price points and that might work really well. So today I have with me the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect Foundation and Concealer. It is a 2-in-1 product. The shade I've gone for is 05 Warm Beige. I bought this online off Nykaa. I'll add a link to it down below in the info box. This is not a sponsored video. It's just something I want to do for you guys because foundation wear tests are a series I have worked on before. I've got a really good response from you guys. I've done a Huda wear test. I've done a Fenty wear test. I've done the new Nykaa Skin Shield foundation wear test last. And then now I think this is the 4th in the series. I hope I'm not missing anything. If there are any other foundations you'd like for me to try, please let me know what they are down below in the comments. What I'm going to be doing today is trying out this foundation. I have already swatched it on my face when it arrived in the mail and it is a perfect match. I love getting my foundations right to the T when I order them online. And one of the foundations I am planning to do a wear test on, before I forget to tell you, also is the Wet n Wild one. I bought it recently also from Nykaa and I have worn it, but I haven't done like a full day wear test. If you want to see a proper wear test on that, let me know in the comments for that too. This foundation was priced at around 1300 rupees when I bought it. I know Nykaa has a whole lot of sales that they keep coming up. So if you don't want to spend 1300 on it, I would say hold on till one of the upcoming sales. I don't want to make this intro any longer. I should dive right into applying this foundation. I've already prepped my face up. I'll quickly show you what I've prepped my face up with. I moisturized my face with the RAS booster here. I'm sure you guys have seen me use it or talk about it in other videos. The exact product name, because I always get confused while saying it, is the RAS Luxury Oils Radiance Beauty Boosting Day Phase Elixir. This is something I use very often even when I'm not wearing makeup and just sitting at home. And then as a primer, I use the Pro Artist Primer, which is from O3. They've launched their own makeup collection that I talked about on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago. And this is a primer that I'm really loving. If I find it online, I will be sure to link it down below in the info box as well. And now that I'm all primed and prepped, I think it's time to go into the foundation. Okay, so I'm taking a little bit of the warm beige shade on my hand. I'm just taking a pump. I think this should hopefully be more than enough. By the way, I have the new Maybelline foundation brush, also something I picked up off Nykaa. I'll add links to everything down below in the info box, which is really nice. I've used this about 3 or 4 times now and it's really nice. It's super easy to blend and apply foundation with this. You can see what an exact match the shade is. It's blending out beautifully and the shade, like, I could not have picked a more accurate color. It literally looks like I'm wearing no foundation. Now this is a foundation plus concealer. I want to see whether I really don't need concealer after wearing it or whether that's just one of their marketing gimmicks. I will add concealer on it if I don't think the look is good enough, because naturally I want the look to be good enough. I just took one more pump of the foundation, by the way, so I think you will have to be a little generous with your portions if you're using this foundation. I want to go in with full coverage, so maybe I'm going to try and build it up and see how that does for me. I like full coverage foundations because I feel like it leaves me photo ready, it leaves me event ready, it leaves me literally everything ready. And you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, I don't like over editing any pictures. I'll always just do basic color adjustments and brightness adjustments and nothing else. So keeping that in mind, I like to make sure my makeup is as perfect as I would like for it to be. Okay, so it's building up very well. As far as the face is concerned, I don't think I have a problem with it. The foundation does have a little scent in it. It's actually a pretty nice one. It's very mild. I have a dog's nose. I have the nose of a hound, so I will pick up on even tiny smells in products, but I don't mind them. When they're really strong or when they're not very pleasant, then of course I obviously don't like them then. I can see that it's showing the same way on my camera, on my monitor, the way it's showing me on in my mirror over here. It's very to the T matching. I don't even have to make much effort to blend in the color or anything, but I do think Maybe what I should do is try using a little extra product on my under eyes before I go into deciding whether this needs a separate concealer or not. I know that there are a few other, I know that Tarte, for example, recently launched its foundation plus concealer. I've seen some reviews for it online, but I don't know if they cover like, you know, like dark circles or the brown girl problems that we face very, very often. So what I'm gonna try and do is maybe take a little bit more of the product, because I feel like my face is done. I'm going into the hairline just to give it that blend, and I have covered my entire face. My eyelids are something I don't necessarily go deep into because I feel like I land up using makeup on it later anyway. Okay, what I'm gonna do is take a little bit more product over here and see what it does on my under eyes. I do have dark circles, as you can see. They've become a lot less than they used to be, but I'm just gonna leave some product here, and I'm not gonna use the brush to blend it out. I'm gonna do something else. 1 second, just placing the product here quickly. Okay, so I have my e.l.f. setting spray over here, and I'm just wetting it up a little bit, dampening up my sponge. What I'm going to do is go in to my under eyes with the product like I would with the regular concealer, because I feel like that gives more hold into this eye area. My beauty blender needs to be cleaned really badly. Also, I have a couple of new ones, so I'm okay, but this one definitely needs to be cleaned. I usually clean my beauty blender once a week. I clean my brushes about twice a week, so it really depends. I'm not sure. Let me zoom you guys in to see whether this needs a separate concealer or not. What do you guys think? I think it does a pretty good job, but I'm not as satisfied about it as I would be with a concealer. Like, I feel like a concealer truly takes away the grayness from it. Sorry, I still have my cough. I've just finished my medication yesterday. You guys know I haven't been well for a while, so my voice is really strange. It's going and coming in between from the cold sound that I have, and that cold sound, that cold voice can get a little bit weird. I do think I need concealer. I'm not completely happy with it. What would you do? Would you add concealer on this or would you not? Like, I'm happy with it because it looks natural, but I would still want some concealer just to cover things up. You know what I'm going to try to do, just to give this product full fair, like a fair chance. I'm taking some of my Maybelline Fit Me loose powder over here. I wear the shade medium 25. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in like I would on top of a concealer and set it in, because I feel like some not completely, like a Bobbi Brown concealer would give me coverage like this. It wouldn't fatten it out, but it would give a really nice natural finish. So let me just try setting it in and seeing if the Milani foundation plus concealer gives me a similar effect, or if I need more product on that again. Not bad at all. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Setting your concealer in is something that not everyone chooses to do. I choose to do it because I do have slight lines under my eyes. Apart from that, I think I crease easily under my eyes also, plus my laugh lines. So if you tend to crease easily, or if you live in a humid condition like Bombay, I do suggest setting your makeup in. I also tend to set my laugh lines in, because when I talk or laugh, they get affected really easily, and I talk a lot, obviously. So it's just the easy thing to do to make sure my makeup doesn't get affected. Okay, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this foundation makes me feel like I don't need a concealer. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do a full face of makeup and come back to do some wear tests. I'm going to keep wearing this foundation. Right now it is 1:49 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to wear this foundation all the way till night. So even though once I'm done with my makeup, I'm going to keep coming back and checking in. I'll show you my full look before we go into the check-ins, just so we're sure about how this foundation does through the day. I'm looking at it on camera and in real life, and I'm pretty impressed. I was not expecting this because it was such a I don't know, I guess I have a mental block against foundations that could also do a job of concealers. Apart from that, I also thought that, somewhere it's a drugstore product. I know drugstore products can be really, really amazing. But with my foundations, it's mostly high-end foundations that I land up using because they give me that kind of a result. But Milani is currently shocking me, surprising me. I'm impressed. Okay, so tell me what you think of this look so far. Like, by look I mean the concealing. I guess setting it in was a really good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my full face of makeup and come back to you in a second. Okay, so I am done with the complete makeup look. I am going to put up an IGTV video with a complete tutorial on how I got this look. It is exactly 2:23 on the clock, and I'm going to get out of this video for now. But I'm going to keep checking back in to keep an eye on how this foundation is doing. Remember that this is a wear test. It's not just a first impressions. If I had to give you an instant first impressions, I'd say that this is super, super buildable as a product. The Milani Conceal as well as foundation product. The shade I'm wearing again in this 2-in-1 is a 05 warm beige. I will add all the relevant links down below in the info box. It blended really well. It was really easy to apply. It has a really, really, really mild scent, not one that I mind at all, and it goes away in a bit, like I can't smell it anymore. It blended in with the makeup really, really easily as well, which is really great because I think one of the main things about a foundation is that it needs to be a good base, pun intended, for all the makeup you're about to put on it, and I think that this one did a really good job. I almost did land up using concealer on top of it, but then I set it in and realized that it's actually doing a really, really good job. Here's hoping it doesn't crease, because the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder usually doesn't crease on me at all. My eyes do tend to crease under everything under the sun normally, but this one holds up really, really well. Let's see how this foundation / concealer performs. Now I'm going to get out of this video for now and come back in on one of the check-ins. I will be wearing this foundation all the way till the night. I am going to sit and film about 2 to 3 other videos in the meanwhile, so let's see how this holds up in general. I'll keep updating you guys. See you in a bit. Okay guys, it's 10:25. This is a really delayed update. I wanted to try coming on sooner. First off, I'm going to pull off my false lashes because this one is falling off. I have to tell you everything that my makeup has been through today. I took a Sunday nap. I walked in the heat. I went luggage shopping. I played with my nephew and niece, and it's 10:25. Just got home. There are some Sure Shot little crease smudges on this side, not so many on this side, but the rest of my foundation is pretty impressive. There is no add-on lighting right now, so this is not dark circles, it's just shadow from the light. So I'm going to do this for you to get a proper view. I did have to put a little bit of like just a beauty blender, no product, around my mouth area because I shot a lipstick swatches video and that can mess up, like the color can go all around the upper lip. So I had to use a little bit of beauty blender to touch that up, but I used no product at all. And here's giving you a really close shot. Keep in mind that it is really, really hot. My face is definitely sweating. This is surely creased, but this is a really, really small point considering I went to sleep. Had I not gone to sleep, I think I would have, and if this would have happened, I would have definitely held it against the foundation, but I went to sleep. And everything else seems to stay in place, which is very impressive. I'm going to come back and do one more check-in before I go to bed tonight. Okay guys, it's 10:55. It's time for me to hit the bed. This foundation is definitely getting a plus from me. The foundation is definitely Aanam approved. It has worked really, really well. It has stayed as much as it could despite the fact that I walked through the heat, went shopping for luggage, slept through it. I can't believe I went up to sleep. My evening nap landed up being pretty extensive. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this wear test and that you agree with my with my thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are basis what you're seeing down below in the comment section. I am forgiving a little bit of the creasing here because like I said, I went to sleep. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've joined the subscriber fam and that you'll hit those bell notifications on so you keep coming back for more videos. I love you very, very much. I'm going to see you in the next one. I'm off to bed. Good night.